Thanks for coming on, Andy, by the way.
Oh, of course.
No, the funny thing is I was actually supposed to be at the game tonight in Phoenix, but we ended up canceling our big meeting down in Arizona that was supposed to start on Monday. So it's just like, all right, great. I'll be at the store today, I guess.
I was at Pacers Bowls on that DeRozan buzzer beater, which was
awesome. Oh my God. I'm still pissed about that.
It was like a floater from 3. It was crazy.
It's like I'm not as mad at DeRozan for getting the shot off as the play that Indiana decided to run, where it's just like, dude, all you have to do is hold the ball and let them foul you. You guys are running some weird ass alley-oop from out of bounds. Like, this makes no sense.
Well, everybody, welcome to the stream. We'll be going live here in a few minutes. So thanks for joining. If you're in the comments, let us know.
I gotta load mine up. I gotta load my comments up.
I was not prepared for this.
All right. I'm running on fumes right now, but I'm still gonna power through this.
Nice.
That's what I do. There we go. Got it.
Got too many freaking windows open here. There. Go with that for now. Yeah, post this in our new Discord too.
Oh snap! 1st and 10 on the Green Bay 41.
Oh, I bet on the.
What's that?
So I bet on the Bengals.
That was a smart bet.
All the way. Smoking Joe. I'm riding with Smoking Joe.
Oh yeah. No, I was really looking forward to watching the game today, and I got home as the Bengals got the ball back to push it, like with 20 seconds left to go in the game. It's just like, well, at least I'm watching the most important part of the game.
Yeah, that game didn't really matter though.
I mean, it did for our picks.
Well, yeah, I mean, we came out on the right side on that one.
Damn straight. I'm hoping the Niners can make me a 2 for 2 today.
Yeah, exactly.
But then after we're done with this, I got to go back out in the living room and deal with the Packer fan that's like sitting on the couch right now. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Andy. All right, there we go. I think I'm all posted up here. All right. And I'm trying to watch the other fights going on too. This is just
all sports, baby.
Yeah. Where'd it go?
All right. Pacers down 10.
Well, that's not going to work. I'm not going to go read the comments here. So, what's up, Donovan?
Have I ever snuck a can of beans into the movie theater? No, I have not.
That's a very odd question, but all right, cool.
I was gonna say I feel like there's some context that's missing from here.
Yeah, that's just ready to be opened, that needs to be delved in a little deeper there.
Oh yeah.
Why
I can't say I've ever regularly just eaten a can of beans straight up either. So
hobo style, just straight pop it open.
I'm assuming that's what the context is of it, but
I've never had baked beans in my life.
What?
No, never tried them.
Dang.
You never been to a barbecue restaurant?
No, nothing hardcore enough to give me baked beans on my plate. Never had them in my life.
Oh, God bless
man.
Texas.
I couldn't have barbecue without baked beans.
All right. Finally got the broadcast on my computer here.
There we go. Keep me up to date because I'm I'm watching comments. I'm watching UFC.
Yep.
Got this going on.
Minute 3 to go. 3rd and 7 on the Green Bay 38-yard line.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know. I feel like there's just still too much time on the clock. So,
Yeah.
but Green Bay's out of timeouts right now. So,
How about those stinking Titans just blowing it today? Tanny Wong.
Mm.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised.
60 yards from Derrick Henry's not going to get it done.
No, of course not.
Oh, big old snotty drippings in the comments.
Oh.
Hey, James, how you doing, man?
Naughty in the house.
Yeah. You guys ready to get going here?
Big game, James.
Let's get
Niners
this
just
started.
got a Niners just got a first down, and Deebo Samuel got hurt in the process. Ugh.
He was hurt earlier in the game, though. Too.
Yeah.
But now it looks like his ankle's all tore up.
Cortisone.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Give him the Kilmer.
Welcome everybody to Saturday night's main event. This
Ding,
is
ding.
our Rumble preview spectacular. We got a new guest, new panelist joining us tonight. Everybody say hi to Andy.
Andy.
Hello.
If some of you recognize him before, he's been on some Lids lives on Instagram and stuff. Andy's works for Lids and
Bonafide superstar.
And I was told he was a super wrestling fan. So I said, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. So welcome, Andy. Thank you for joining us tonight. And yeah, man, big week in wrestling coming up.
Thanks for having me. I love the Rumble. Rumble's probably my favorite pay-per-view of the year. So
Oh yeah.
over WrestleMania probably. And
Gentlemen, the road to WrestleMania is about to begin. I
Is
didn't know if I
anybody
wanted to
going
go
to
with the road to
WrestleMania this year?
WrestleMania shirt or the Rumble shirt, So
So the Rumble is in St. Louis. It was this close to driving down there.
How far is that from you?
It's undecided, but I might make the drive. We'll see.
So it's not very far. It's just there's no easy way to get there. So it's like a 6-hour drive.
That sounds awful.
It's on like 2-lane county highways for like half of the trip. It sucks getting there.
Yeah, I learned the hard way when I did the Kansas City to St. Louis to Cincinnati back in 2012 and realized, oh my God, this is boring as hell. But hey, there's a porn store, there's a church, there's another porn store. Oh, there's a gun store. This is great.
That's northern Missouri for you.
I'm in Texas. I can drive all day and still be in Texas. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You can drive 6 hours and go through four states.
No, it's actually probably easier for me to drive to Kansas City and then over to St. Louis. Or close to it.
It's probably easier for you to drive to there than it is for me to drive to El Paso.
Oh, hands down.
That's a horrible drive, man. Yeah. We drove to Cali one year. That made me decide that I'd never, ever want to drive to Cali again.
Longest drive I ever took.
Yeah.
I drove from Albuquerque to Des Moines in a day.
Oh, bro. Mountain Dew and Snickers bars, huh? You were
wired. Oh, man. I was, I had like 1,000 cumulative hours of 5-hour energy in me. But, Wiki,
longest I ever did was Portland to Indy, which was 3 days, 12 hours each day. It was tough.
Portland, Oregon, or Portland, Maine?
Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
Jesus. It was a tough one.
When
Niners win?
Niners, Robbie Gould, field goal to ice it, baby. No, the longest drive Angie and I did was when we moved from Florida to California. So we went from Fort Lauderdale all the way to Oakland, and that took about 3.5-4 days.
Yeah,
that
tough.
Sucks.
But the longest drive I've ever done was Eugene, Oregon to Anchorage, Alaska. I don't recommend anybody ever do that.
As fun as that sounds, though.
It was God. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
You could bag a Bigfoot and an abominable snowman on the same trip, bro.
Yeah.
That's true. But instead of road trips, why don't we talk about wrestling?
Let's talk about wrestling.
Master.
Yeah. So big week this week in wrestling. We got two big events coming up. So we'll start with the first one that's coming up on Wednesday. Beach Break. Formerly known as Bash at the Beach. But that was traded for a wrestler name and some cash to be determined later. But
I don't know about y'all, but I sure just love me a good old beach break in the middle of January. I tell you what.
In northern Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even in Texas, it's cold as hell right now.
But at least you have a beach there, right? I mean, I guess.
Have you ever been to Galveston? I mean, it's sand, it's water. It classifies as a beach, but
right.
The only people you ever see in the water at the beach in Galveston aren't from here.
Sure.
I'm not surprised.
But I mean, technically, Cleveland does have a beach too, Lake Erie right there. But
and it's filled with the tears of Browns fans.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
I love the Browns. I'm hoping we trade Deshaun there. I'll take Baker and all his bullshit and his bad.
Oh yeah. Why would you not? In a heartbeat.
Although, you know what? That's sports. Let's just get back on wrestling.
Let's get back on wrestling. Beach Break. Pretty good card for upsized
Dynamite. 4 matches for I guess it's a Clash of the Champions, kind of.
Yeah. We got a couple weird ones, but they're building some storylines here. And I think that's what the main thing here with the Beach Break is. Andy, you a big AEW fan?
Big time. So I was
big time.
I was at All Out before AEW even existed, which was awesome. Like, it's probably one of my favorite I've ever been to.
One of the original investors.
Yeah, exactly. So
fantastic.
Day zero.
So why don't you go ahead and get us started then with the first match of the night, which I'm assuming will be Red Velvet versus legit Layla Hirsch.
Who?
Right. Exactly.
What a big one for me to get started on.
Coming out hot there, Andy. Coming out hot.
This is a coin flip, really. I'll take Red Velvet. I think she has more name recognition as it is right now. So I think they'll try to push her, especially with the whole diversity stuff going on right now. I think it would be a big one to start the event. So I'll go her. But it's really a tough.
Yeah. Ben, thoughts on this match?
I'm going legit Layla Hirsch. No, I mean, it's not that I don't care. I mean, I think the storyline they're trying to develop between, the rift between Hirsch, Red Velvet, and of course Chris Statlander, who coming off a big loss, but a great loss in the mixed doubles match, the first mixed doubles match that AEW had done this last Wednesday on Dynamite. But no, I think if they're going to establish Hirsch as some powerhouse or at least the bigger figure of this feud, then it has to be Hirsch that's going to have to win this match.
Gotcha.
And I mean, as far as like actual wrestling skill, I mean, she is one of the better female actual wrestlers in the company. So, I mean, you got to push that in some capacity.
I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts in the comments too. Who you think is going to win these matches? While Big Dave gives his predictions.
Really, it's like Andy said, it's a coin flip. Britt and Jane Cargill need opponents. They need challengers. So I get it. You're setting it up. If you want to make somebody who's called legit, give her a nice win in a nice spotlight. They got a lot of people watching that. Put on a nice performance and make yourself reach out for the brass ring, as my buddy Vinny McMahon would say.
Yeah. I really don't care about this match. In fact, I will probably fast forward through this match.
Ouch.
When I'm watching it, because frankly, if they want somebody to take on DMD, they have it right there in her own camp. Jamie. So I think eventually we'll get that match, but who knows? I'll to even the card, I'll take Red Velvet. help with this. But now let's get into some actual matches that have some storylines to it. Let's start with the trios match. Chris Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz versus Daniel Garcia in 2.0. Daniel Garcia has been getting some big push lately.
Good.
Big Dave. Is this when we see the Inner Circle finally break up fully?
Well, I think we've already seen the crack. The cracks are there. I think the San Andreas fault blew this last one here with the backstage confrontation, basically telling Jericho, "You've held us down."
Right.
Dude, don't get me wrong, dude. One of the biggest pops I ever have is Jericho, and I miss Jericho. I just don't miss this Jericho.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll take the list Jericho over this. I mean, just he's out of shape. He's trying to, on commentary, he's horrible, and in the ring, he's even worse. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think that this is foreshadowing. Something's gonna happen. Jericho's gonna cost him the match. They're gonna turn on him.
Yeah.
Leave him in a pile. Only for somebody to come make a save, because that's AEW. That's what happens. Everybody always comes out.
Yeah, and we'll end up with a 10-man tag match at some point.
Oh, there'll be a 5-on-5 suplex again, and I'll freak out. Won't watch for 2 weeks.
Andy, you excited about this one? Who you got?
I'm not really excited about this match either. I don't think this is the one, though, that breaks up the Inner Circle. I don't think it's a sizable event enough to have something that big go on, especially against 2.0. I think 2.0 is like a cool jobber squad, but I don't think you disband the longest running stable in a match against 2.0. But I think it could be the start of things disbanding. So I might give the win to 2.0 to kind of plant seeds. But I don't think we go all out with people turning on.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Like, that's one of my biggest issues with AEW is they have 4 pay-per-views a year.
Yeah.
So they're trying to build these storylines, but then they're also dragging them out for like 3 months at a time. So they do need to start making some of these moves during a Dynamite. We'll never see them on a Rampage, but when you have a supersized Dynamite like this one, they need to start doing something, because their next pay-per-view isn't until March. And I'm going to get real sick of this Inner Circle cracking up for another 6 weeks.
That's all their storylines, though. Wardlow, MJF.
Right? Those guys aren't even on this card, but that Wardlow, I'm just waiting for
Punk's coming out and cutting a seething promo. It's happening.
He is, but he does that every week. Like,
well, you know how much they have to pay for
every week.
Personality. I mean, they got to put them on there to get their money's worth. You know, I mean.
Well, I get it, but like, I'm waiting for that Wardlow powerbomb on MJF.
But the problem is, we've waited so long that when it happens, it's going to be like, oh, finally, there it is.
Yeah, exactly. It should have happened 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
When MJF came out and slapped him and all that stuff. But Ben, you going with the crowd on this one? I am too.
I was gonna say there's bits and pieces of both Dave and Andy that I'm agreeing with here. I think it is going to be the actual breakup of Santana Ortiz from the Inner Circle, which I'm okay with. I mean, I think they need to go in that direction. I think they really need to establish themselves as a dominant tag team. I was about to say partnership, but that was just too many syllables. But no, I mean, actually, Garcia in 2.0, I really enjoy. I agree with Andy in the sense that they are a more elevated jobber squad, but I'm okay with that because at least they have the talent. Garcia especially, because he's been in some big matches. He's gotten his ass kicked a lot. So it'll be nice to see him finally, and 2.0, get like a legitimate win over Jericho and Santana Ortiz. And then, at the behest of, hey, the Inner Circle is done. Which, to be honest, I feel like the Inner Circle has been done for quite some time, just because the full squad really hasn't been together. And so I feel like if there's going to be some match that, is an offspring of this breakup, it's probably going to be Jericho and Jake Hager versus Santana Ortiz in some capacity. I don't know if it's going to be at Evolution or if it's going to be on Dynamite or Rampage or whatever, because we haven't seen Hager in a while, which I'm sure has more to do with that he's training for a UFC, or not a UFC fight, but an MMA fight more specifically. But at some point he's going to come back and have Jericho's back in this situation. And maybe it'll be at Beach Break that he finally makes his comeback.
I love that line of glorified. What was it? Glorified Jobber Squad? What was
that was a good one.
I mean, they really are.
How awesome would it have been to see like the Brooklyn Brawler and Barry Horowitz get a win as a tag?
Yes.
Good old Barry.
All right. One match I'm actually pretty excited about. They've been building this one for a few weeks. Is Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy.
Oh yeah.
Two of their,
lights out match.
Yeah, lights out match. So basically, no holds barred.
Yeah.
Last man standing type match. Is that what this is?
Basically, as much
blood as possible.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, every match on Rampage and Dynamite, and I mean, I don't know. To agree with somebody I don't always agree with, Jim Cornette, like the no DQ constantly. It's just lazy booking. It's just,
yeah.
I get that you need it to, but Orange Cassidy ain't gonna do nothing violent. So, like, I mean,
True.
The guy, I don't know. I'm not big on Cassidy, and Cole is down on my level right now. I don't know.
If it's just those two wrestling, I think it'd be a fantastic match. But there's no way in hell this isn't going to end up as
a schmoz. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. But they could go two ways with this, right? They could finally push Cole all the way to the top.
Yep.
With the win here. Or they could decide to pull him back a little bit. So they can build up a little more for Evolution, because I don't know what they're doing with the heavyweight championship now, because Bryan Danielson's looks like he's going to start something up with Johnny Moxley now, and then they're pushing Lance Archer for some reason. I don't know where this is going, so I don't think they're quite ready for Cole to be at that level. So I think this is an OC win.
I agree.
Probably by some disqualification.
Yeah, there's going to be some help, some schmaz, somebody bumped into somebody, something.
Yep.
But I think Cassidy gets over on this, and just for the same reason, I don't think that the Adam Cole push for the title is ready yet, especially not the way they let things simmer. I mean, it would just not be AEW light for them to fast track anything.
Yeah. How the hell did he get to number one contender already? It's
Adam Cole, baby. I mean, that's literally all you needed for this. I mean, he's been winning and winning and winning and winning. So I get that aspect of it. But the weirder part for me between this rivalry of Adam Cole, Orange Cassidy, which I don't hate the rivalry, I just hate that for week after week after week, it's been Orange Cassidy getting his ass kicked, despite the fact for the majority of 2021, Orange Cassidy got his ass kicked, but he won a lot. Whereas these days, it's like he's not really doing anything. The best friends are getting their ass kicked, and there's a lot more talent in that group than a lot of people want to give them credit for.
There's way more talent in that group than Dark Order or whatever.
Yep. So I want it to be done. I want them to both go separate, do bigger and better things. Whether that's going to be, Red Dragon, Adam Cole versus the Young Bucks, because at some point that will be a thing that's going to happen. But I'm just kind of done with the best friends things. Like I feel like the best friends keep getting thrown in these situations just to get their asses kicked by all these different factions. And it's just like, it makes me sad inside, just because all the years that they were in New Japan and crowd favorites, and there's still a crowd favorite in AEW, but it's just like, you can't just keep burying these guys the way that they are.
Yeah. They actually kind of deserve it, because as the worst name, that is the worst name of a faction in the history of wrestling.
But
it's great.
I love it. I think it's cool.
No, are you kidding me, Andy?
I swear.
Let's hug it out. I mean, come on.
Dude, the hug and then the pan out, the
Pan out
reverse
is good.
zoom. It's fantastic.
All right, I guess I grew up in a different era of wrestling. But Andy, who you think Orange Cassidy's finally going to get a win, or
I think the money is in Red Dragon versus Young Bucks, so I think you continue to make all of those guys look strong. So I think you continue to push Adam Cole to the top, and I think with Kenny being gone too, I think it puts more pressure on the company to want to push one of those guys, and I think Adam Cole's the one. So I think he goes over against Orange Cassidy, but I'm fine with either way, honestly.
Yeah. Big Dave, did you make a call on this one?
Yeah, I went OC on this, but there's going to be it's not going to be a clean victory.
No, there's no way.
No way in hell.
This is going to be a
it
clean
may
victory
even be
for
something
either.
where the Young Bucks distract Cole somehow. It's something. It's AEW, for God's sakes.
That's about how I see it going down as well.
Yeah.
To Dave's point too, it is lazy calling everything lights out. Like if you can do a lot of no DQ matches, but don't use.
I mean, it's bad enough that the referees. Yeah, it's bad enough that the refs don't enforce the rules when there's not a no DQ match, but it's just constant.
Yeah, because WWE has like 15 names for the same type of match. Like,
whatever city they're in, that street.
yeah, exactly.
Nothing compares to the Greenwich street fight, bro. The mean streets of Greenwich.
Oh my lord, yeah.
And then the final match, a big break after CM Punk gives his weekly address to the crowd, will be Cody Rhodes and Sami Guevara in TNT unification bout.
There can only be one.
After Sami Guevara has held the interim belt for all of like 3 minutes. So talk about some bad booking.
Oh man.
Okay, but this is a match that was supposed to happen anyway. It got pushed back. Now there's more on the line. Andy?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally all Homelander's fault for getting COVID and screwing the entire timetable of this thing up. So,
right. I mean, like, what? So Cody got COVID. So
he was out 10 days.
Yeah,
I know. But they're gonna do. Yeah, I understand. I understand booking Dusty and Sami as a replacement, right? But like, why is there a belt involved in this match?
Yeah,
you didn't even need to do that, man. You could have had Sami come out and cut the promo that, you're scared of me,
right?
You're ducking me. I'm ready. And hell, they stretch everything out. What was 10 days? Anyway, there can only be one, man. There can only be one.
And who's your one? Who's your one?
Who got the replica title? Like who's got the Fugazi? You know what I'm saying? Somebody got the thing from the the swag table.
Sami does, because he's the interim. But who you got?
I think Cody is back from whatever sabbatical, trying to be the Miz TV show. I don't know. And with
the big show or whatever he's on.
Yeah, I mean, all that's done. I think he's back for a reason. By him saying he's never going to turn heel, we all, of course, know he's going to turn heel. I don't think it'll be this soon. I don't think
this would be the perfect time though, because he's going up against a face, right? Like,
but yeah, that would make perfect sense. That's exactly why it's not going to happen in AEW. I mean, there's a pattern here,
Right.
Can it live up to the hype? I don't know. Both these guys can go a ladder match. I mean, more lazy booking, but I mean, you get a ladder match. I don't think Sami gets it after losing it so quickly only to get the interim. I think this is just they're tying up loose ends that they should have never frayed to begin with. So Cody goes over, and look for Cody to possibly turn heel and go after Adam Page or Lance, or I don't know. It's AEW, man. I mean, I don't even know why I make notes on this shit. So whatever.
Andy, are you
It's Cody as well? Cody,
Yeah.
Cody's the one who's supposed to have the title, obviously, right now. They're not going to change course right away to go have Sami go over. I thought Cody honestly turned heel in his first match with Sami when he was going finisher after finisher after finisher at the end of the match. I thought that was such a heel move by him. But then it was just like, oh no, we're keeping him face. But I don't know. I think you're going to have their hands forced to turn him heel eventually, probably sooner rather than later.
This is why you can't have creative on the roster.
Correct.
Because he needs to be a heel, and he just doesn't want to. And because he's head of or in the creative department, he's going to get what he wants. So
it's his brand image. Like whatever for whatever reason that he's just trying to do.
But he's the American nightmare. Like
he's got a neck tattoo, for God's sake.
God.
A Decepticon one.
If you get a neck tattoo, you're a heel wrestler. That's how it works.
God, yeah.
No, that's only if you get a good neck tattoo. That thing is fucking horrendous. Like,
well, yeah, I mean, it looks like a fist choking a chicken. I don't know. But it's Cody. I mean, it's Cody. He's got the Jan Marsh, the Jan Brady syndrome. It's all been about dust and about gold dust. He went through Stardust, for God's sakes. He wants to be the man's trying to be the Miz, for God's sake. That's his level. That's where he's trying to get. So he's obviously mental. I don't know. I used to like Cody. Him and his lisp. I don't know. Anyway,
dude. Angie and I, the last couple of weeks, like as Cody just keeps getting deeper and deeper in this, pipe bomb hell that he's kind of putting himself in. But watching like the early days when he joined, being the Elite and then did his run in New Japan. And it's just like, as a heel, and it's just like, dude, you being this cocky prick was actually incredibly entertaining. And I was happy to watch every week. I was more interested to see where this character was going. And then even the early days of AEW, when he's coming out and he's just going, make him say, like that was fucking hilarious. But now it's just become so. There's elements of John Cena in this that I don't have issues with John Cena, but there's trying to be the American hero version of John Cena that I just absolutely loathe, and I don't get it. And I would say honestly, of the 4 matches that we're getting at Beach Break, this is the one I'm least interested. I'm down more for Hirsch and Red Velvet than I am for the Cody Sami ladder match, just because I don't care. We've had this match before. You're throwing an extra prop in there, and I'm at the point where it's like, honestly, I hope you both lose, and Ultimate Warrior just kind of runs through and grabs the title and just runs out of the arena.
I'm gonna go ahead and lay down the over of 4 botches in this match.
Think so.
Yeah, it's just they're gonna try to get so much shit in that it's inevitable that I don't know.
And going back to Dave's comment about the Miz, I love the Miz. Like I know the Miz.
I do.
I love the Miz.
He's great.
But
And
I
look,
hated
the
it for
Miz
years,
on
and
the
now I
real
love it.
world. The man was on the real world and called his
and I
shot.
actually watched that season. Like, there's no way this clown's going to be a WWE wrestler or whatever.
Love the Miz.
But the problem is,
go ahead.
The problem is, if your career aspiration is to become the Miz, you're missing the mark a little bit.
Now, not to sell the Miz short, that's a double.
Yeah,
double.
I would love Miz's career.
Yeah.
But you're running your own promotion.
But Miz gets it. Miz gets it. He can only be face for so long, and even when he's face, he's still swarmy, doing the backing up and pleading, putting his wife in front of him. I mean, it's perfect. And now Maurice is the ultimate bad, evil wife, fooling everybody. I love it. I love it.
It's great.
You know what? Since we're talking about the Miz, let's get this sour taste of this AEW booking fiasco out of our taste. And let's go into the Rumble.
Woo!
Andy, you had mentioned at the start that the Rumble is your favorite pay-per-view. I personally agree. We get the best of both worlds. We get, the championship matches that we want from our pay-per-view. We get this wild 30-man tag or Rumble match, for both men and women now. And it's not like 2 days of 18 matches we don't care to see.
Yeah.
It's pretty concise. So I agree with you. That being said, let's just take a minute before we talk about this year's Rumble. Let's talk about some of our favorite moments from Rumble's past. Since I think this is everybody's favorite pay-per-view, so let's just reminisce a little bit. Let's bring up the wavy lines. And let's go back. And Andy, hit me with one of your favorite Royal Rumble moments from the past, 35 years? 32
My
years?
favorite, MSG Cena returning. Blew the roof off. That was such a cool moment for me. So to kind of date myself, I'm 30, so I basically grew up in the Cena, the Cena era, basically.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too.
You were a card-carrying member.
I
of the
remember
chain
some
gang.
stuff of 90s, early 2000s, but most of my memories come from Cena onwards.
Okay.
But yeah, him returning at Royal Rumble was awesome for me. Another more recent one that I really liked was Shinsuke actually winning it because it was so off the wall for me.
Okay.
It didn't turn into the match that everybody thought it was going to against him and AJ. It kind of disappointed at WrestleMania itself, but having somebody like him after so many kind of shoe-in, easy to predict winners, I thought was very cool as well. But,
and that MSG one by far had the best background with that taxi crashing through the.
Yep.
Dude, that was. I went back and watched a bunch of Rumbles just to kind of get it all refreshed. And that's the first thing that I saw when they did the pan out with the fire. I was like, man, that was dope. It reminded me of Crazy Taxi for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Great game.
Okay. So hey, since you went back and watched a bunch, Big Dave, hit us with one of your favorite moments.
There's a difference between my favorite Rumble and my favorite Rumble moment. Okay. My favorite Rumble, I'm an old school guy. The 2001 Rumble. This is the roster was stacked as hell. This is when Kane came down and just obliterated everything. He went like 53 minutes, 55 minutes. Had threw out 11 people. It ended up being Stone Cold's third win. I mean, and when it got down to the final three, even before then, we weren't sure if Taker and Kane were on the same level. And then the Brothers of Destruction teamed up to just start wrecking house, Not to mention that when Austin came out, he had already got his ass kicked by Triple H and was a bloody, bruised mess when he got in there. So him winning that to become the third, the only, I believe he's still the only 3-time winner.
I believe so.
That, like I said, that roster was so stacked and all the primetime players were in there in the finals. I mean, even Billy Gunn. I mean, and this one had the Drew Carey moment where he came in and then threw himself out. And how can you not love a Rumble with the Honky Tonk Man, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, baby? That's the best Rumble in my opinion. But the best Rumble moment will always be, and I'm gonna tell you with a tear in my eye, that this is the greatest moment in my life when Ric Flair, by golly, came out of nowhere, passed Ted DiBiase on the way into the ring, and kicked everybody's ass. Even old Hogan. This is when Sid wasn't psycho, but he screwed over Hogan. And then Hogan always loved it. Every time Hogan got eliminated from a battle royal, he would try to pull the son of a bitch out. Say your prayers and take your vitamins, you sore loser. He tried to pull him out. But Ric Flair, being the dirtiest player in the game, took the opportunity, flipped Sid's ass over. And this was the only, up until that point, the first and only time that the title was on the line, because Hogan was stripped.
Yeah,
right.
You know, he wasn't, you know, the legitimacy of his having the title. So Flair goes almost an hour, you know, and that's so Flair. That will always be, you know, and hearing now, Flair evidently now, you know, Flair talks shit, but he swears that he didn't know he was winning until the day of, right then and there before. So that's my greatest moment. I grew up on wrestling, 605 TBS, man. And when Flair made it to the WWF, I was calling for him to win. So I love it.
Nice.
Gotcha. Ben?
Dave took my number one winner moment right there. So
sure.
But he sold it way better than I could. So my favorite Royal Rumble moment, and I watch this at least 2 or 3 times a month, because anytime I need a side splitting lap, I need this. 2005, John Cena, Batista going over the rope at the same time, ref trying to figure out who a winner is, and steroided out to the gills, Vince McMahon comes trouncing out the tunnel, throws his jacket on the ground, runs in the ring, and tries to get up and immediately tears both of his quads. And just sitting on his ass with a befuddled look, like trying to figure out how the hell do we restart this, while trying to no-sell the fact that he just tore both of his quads. Oh my God. It's magic that is totally unscripted. You never in your life could have ever thought something as amazing as that. And then Batista ended up, you know, getting the rematch win, which was fine at the time, but no, oh my God.
The look of horror on Briscoe's face, because Vince was staring a fucking hole through him like, get me the fuck out of here. Like, he's sitting there like he's pouting in kindergarten. Oh my God. That's a good one, Ben. I gotta go back and watch that again.
Oh my God, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go a little more sentimental on mine. And it's 2006 for me. And that's Eddie Guerrero had just died. Or not too long before that. And Rey Mysterio was the number 2 entrance in that Royal Rumble. Triple H is number 1. So he should have been eliminated almost immediately. But he goes to full hour and 5 minutes, sets out that record, and ends up winning the Royal Rumble against it was down to Triple H, him, and God, I'm trying to remember. God, help me out.
No, I was more focused on
Randy Orton.
Yeah, that's right.
Orton and Triple H team up to get out Mysterio. He 619s both of them, and was able to pull out the win. Dedicated to Eddie Guerrero, his cousin. So yeah, for me, that is, you know, you couldn't have scripted it any better, and they did it. But one of my funnest moments watching Royal Rumble was more recently, and that was when Braun Strowman just absolutely destroyed everybody for about a whole 45 minutes. He was in the ring alone for more times than he was actually wrestling.
Yeah.
And that was 4 years ago. It ultimately didn't win. They completely screwed up with Braun Strowman his entire run at WWE. I'm just waiting for him to come over to AEW. I don't know what's taking so goddamn long. But they need a big man like that in AEW. And they don't really. Lance Archer is about the biggest thing they have, and they need a big athletic guy like that. I can't wait for him to come over there and just
Wyatt
throw people around for a while. Bray Wyatt's another one that I'm waiting for too.
Oh shit! See, I done knocked over my camera. I'm so mad. I've said it. Go back and look at the tape. If Bray Wyatt don't show up to be the leader of the Dark Order, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose my shit. And what a perfect opportunity to bring Braun Strowman with you as your heater to clear everybody out. All the weak links of the Dark Order. You bring the black sheep again and just smash on everybody.
Mm-hmm. Just shake up the whole damn company, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this year's Royal Rumble got got our favorite moments. We got about 15, 20 minutes left. Let's go through this. Let's start with the worst match of the evening. And hopefully it's the first one. Hopefully it's not even on the pay-per-view. I don't know why.
Baby.
What?
Pre-show action.
Pre-show. I don't know why this match is even existing. But Becky Lynch versus Doudrop.
Oh my God.
What the hell? Like the women's division, if this is the best you can give us on one of your big 4 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who's Doudrop related to, bro? Like for real? Like where? Who?
She's got to be related to somebody.
Somebody, or she's giving out favors. I don't know, bro.
I don't know. She has the name Dewdrop.
I mean,
so
one of the see foreshadowing again. One of the best divisions in WWE is their women's division. There's so much talent there.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know.
So
I'm gonna come out and say Doudrop was better when she was named Viper. Like that actually made a lot of sense. That was a badass name for a lady.
But in true WWE fashion, they fuck up everybody's name when they move them to the main roster.
Walter.
Oh my God!
No, he's Gunther now.
It's Gunther.
That's what I'm saying. See Walter. If Mama named him Walter, I'm gonna call him Walter. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Anyway, is anybody taking Doudrop in this match?
No. Lord no.
No.
After she's had her ass handed to her on Raw multiple times by Bianca Belair, I don't see her getting a title shot and then all of a sudden just beating Becky Lynch for it. It's just like, no.
I don't understand why she's even in this match.
Do it right. Becky needs to come out and hit her with the fucking bell and end it in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It needs to be a full-on squash match, man.
I'm down. I'm on board with that.
All right. So then we got, let's see, another whatever match. Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maurice. I don't know why we're not just getting Edge and Miz, but and Beth Phoenix.
That's Mania, baby.
Yeah,
exactly.
Why.
Oh, we gotta watch this for another 3 months then.
Hey,
anyway,
I feel like it's gonna come to an end.
I'd rather watch 3 months of Edge and Miz than 3 months of anything in AEW at this point.
Wow.
Okay.
They, at least I know those 2 guys can go in the ring and on the mic.
Yeah,
sure. I mean, we're gonna get. I don't know how in shape Beth and Maurice are, but you can milk that. They're not. Have them in there doing their promos. Miz and Maurice go over. They cheat. That's what they do. They win this match.
Yeah, okay. I'm right there with you. I feel like to actually adequately continue the storyline, Miz and Maurice have to win this one.
Yep.
I'm on the exact same page.
Wow, man. 100%. So far we're all on the same board.
Great minds.
I'm ready for Edge to heel, by the way. I miss heel Edge a lot. So the sooner we can get to that, the better.
Yeah, it's not going to happen with.
I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Right.
I mean, maybe they'll try to develop some love triangle between Beth Phoenix, Edge, and Lita, since she's coming back for the Rumble.
That's never been done before.
No, Hardy's
not anyway, the last 20 years at least.
Okay. So let's move on to let's get the women's Royal Rumble out of the way. They've announced, I think, 21 of the entrants so far.
Yeah, 21 so far.
Unless I've missed a few. I mean,
what a waste! They've given it away.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Giving it away. I think they're just trying to get a few more buys, a few more eyes. But Mickie James from Impact will be in there.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're going to see a few more cross promotional surprise entrants in both the men's and women's. But
the only way that a former WWE legend or wrestler is going to be making a shocking appearance is if Tammy Sitch her ass comes walking out the entrance. That's the only way you're making this match interesting.
That's a whole lot of ass too, bro.
That's yeah. So
I heard she got an OnlyFans. I heard. I don't know. I heard.
Your credit card heard as well, I'm sure.
It shows up as Steve's Steakhouse. Okay, just keep it on the.
all right.
Oh my Lord.
Tell me who's winning this thing.
Andy? I would go Bailey. As a surprise entrant. I don't know where she is right now in terms of her injury rehab, but I think she's probably at the point where she can be making a return. So I think that's something exciting that could happen and can lead up to a WrestleMania match. So I'll go Bailey.
Okay, I could get on board with that. I don't know if she's available yet.
I don't know.
Okay. Big Dave.
Hey, Bailey's a good call. Talk about your 08 Cena moment. Bailey's music hits. And what if it's the streamers and inflatable guy Bailey, not the real Bailey?
That would sell me on it.
You know what I mean? The pop would be immense. They'd start selling T-shirts and shit again. Again, though, I don't think she's back. I got Charlotte winning this, man. Charlotte called down the gauntlet. I don't agree with it, but for her to come out and establish herself as the dominant force, which is what she's trying to play. I'm above all y'all. I'm putting myself in it. I'm going to win it. I'm going to pick my opponent and I'm going to headline WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? That's how she's going to sell it. So Queen Charlotte, just because everything else has been done. Liv Morgan's proven that, I mean, she's been there and she can't, you know, they evidently they don't have enough faith in her or, you know, but I think Charlotte calls her shot.
Okay.
I think if they're going to have any kind of legitimacy back to the women's division, the person I wrote down is at least the person who I hope wins, and that's Shayna Basler. Let's get this Queen of Spades back higher up on the pedestal, have her going out there, choking people out, virtually breaking people's necks, giving everybody an absolute beatdown. Because, I mean, if there's anybody in this who I think can go on a run and just start eliminating people who's not, you know, tied in with the McMahon family like Tamina is, it's going to be Baszler or possibly Rhea Ripley. But Rhea Ripley's been kind of a laughing stock of late, so I don't think they're going that route. So I think, Baszler to establish some kind of legitimacy again with the women's division.
Has Shayna ever fought Flair?
Not in a long ass time.
No, because
I don't see her
Baszler's
going after
mostly
Becky
been
after
on
the whole backbiting thing and shit.
I was gonna say that's
so.
Yeah,
but I mean, I could see her going after Flair and Flair actually being scared because, you know, Shayna's legit.
Yeah.
Where's she been lately, though? Like, house shows?
I mean, she's sitting in the back holding Dewdrop's drink. You know, I don't
know. Man, I'm looking at this list. You know, I'm going with Bianca.
Fair.
I don't really think she's going to win, but I think she deserves to. I think that would be a good one to put over. She's probably the best athlete on the entire roster.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see her get a shot at the title. I don't know. I could, if Charlotte wins it though, man. God damn.
I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna be pissed too. I'm gonna call up Peacock and ask for my money back for the month.
The cock.
The cock.
All right, let's go. Let's move on to another match that's really not going to matter. Roman Reigns versus Iowa owns Seth frickin' Rollins.
The faces of Rollins.
That's what it says right here. Frickin'. It's actually part of his name.
Yep,
now.
It is.
Is Roman losing this title?
No.
Nah.
No. It's a good story. I think Kevin Owens is going to get involved somehow. Probably either beating up the Usos or causing a disqualification or something.
Well, the Usos aren't supposed to be there because of
Rollins.
Yeah. But I mean,
yeah.
Whoever listens to the rules in WWE,
right? Reigns isn't dropping this to Rollins. There's no way.
I mean, I think the interesting component of this is the fact that it's just like Rollins has beaten Reigns every single time, and so it's a good storyline to build upon. But it's just like, is that really going to, title going to change hands at Royal Rumble? Nah.
We might as well pull the other match in with this too, because really, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley for the Raw or WWE Championship, whatever. I mean, obviously they're building up for Reigns versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. I don't know how they're going to do it though, because just like AEW, they got thrown a curveball, COVID curveball. They pivoted and they pivoted the wrong way. So now they got all these loose ends going all over the place. Yeah. They gave Lesnar the title way too soon. So I think he's going to actually lose it at the
really.
Rumble. I do. I think they're going to put it on Bobby Lashley, probably with some MVP type interference, beating up Paul Heyman, distracting Lesnar. It's not going to be a clean victory. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be a clean one. But Lashley's going to get it so they can move on and get Lesnar and Reigns rolling up for WrestleMania.
Okay.
Any other thoughts?
I don't know.
I don't feel like it's going to go that way, but
I'm just sort of. I mean, because they're not going to have title for title at WrestleMania, or maybe
no, of course not.
I mean, they haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah.
And there is talk about the brands unifying, especially some sales coming up sometime soon. WrestleMania would be the perfect time to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So do you think Bobby carries that title into WrestleMania then? I'm assuming.
No.
It changes hands again.
It could. We got. Well, to be blunt, the next pay-per-view is in Saudi Arabia. I don't see Lashley. Yeah. I don't see Lashley carrying it through that. But I don't think it really matters who has it come WrestleMania time, because as long as Reigns has the Universal one.
I'll go Lesnar though.
You'll go Lesnar. That's what I figured.
Yeah, Lesnar.
Hey, Dave.
Yep. Yeah, man. We all know Lesnar's only there 5 times a year, so
right.
Their hands they're handcuffed there with that. I wish they had more time to do this right. I mean, Bob Lashley and Lesnar have never fought each other, and there's a bit of legitimacy there.
They're both champion wrestlers, champion amateur wrestlers.
Both. I mean, Lashley's nowhere near the MMA performer that Brock was, but nevertheless, it's just believable, and that's big for me in my soap opera here, is that, make me believe it. But Lesnar's got to drop it. If you don't drop it here, he's dropping it in Saudi Arabia, because they pay money to see belts change hands. Simple.
That's true. Star just brought up something too. It could be Big E and Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania for this title. Give it back to Big E, like where it belongs, because he got screwed over at the last day one.
Big time.
But I do agree with you, Dave. They will change a lot of titles at Evolution or Elimination Chamber. Sorry, because it is in Saudi Arabia. All right. So far we got like nothing changing hands. So let's go.
You have.
I have one. So let's go to the Royal Rumble. So far, they've only announced 15 entrants.
Yeah.
Unless I missed some announcements today.
No, I got it up right now. So yeah, you're correct.
15 is not a lot.
No.
So give me your biggest surprise entrance that probably won't happen, but with a 2% chance of it could happen. Andy?
Mine would be Cody. I think it would be really cool, but I don't think it's happening. But it would be something that really gets everybody talking in a huge way and leads up to WrestleMania season being extremely intriguing. I don't think it happens, but that's what I would want.
That was actually the very first name that popped in my head too. Was Cody. Big Dave, you got a thought? Some off the wall entrant.
I'm stoked about Johnny Knoxville. But I don't know, man. They can go so many ways with this. There's so much old talent. I think somehow, some way, because I'm assuming Brock will be on early. Brock loses and takes somebody's spot in the Rumble.
That's how they book.
That's how they get him and Roman together.
Yep.
I don't know. I'd like to see the favorite in Vegas is Big E, but I don't think they do it again. And I mean, and nobody's been out that's a way that I can think of that would be a splash impact guy that could win it.
McIntyre would be that one, but he's not going to be back in time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe it's gonna be Cesaro for once. Maybe Vince is finally gonna have that wake up call moment and realize, holy shit, I've had this talent for the last decade and I haven't been pushing him. Oh my god.
Yeah, but they still haven't sold out either night. They got to sell tickets to Mania, man.
Ben, you got a surprise entrance?
I've got two in mind, but one thing happening is really contingent upon the other person showing up.
Okay.
So, tomorrow we've got the LA Rams versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if the Buccaneers actually end up losing, perhaps Rob Gronkowski makes his Royal Rumble debut.
Okay.
But if that
he
doesn't
was
happen,
one-time 24/7 champion, Rob Gronkowski.
Exactly.
Yep.
And if it's not him, if the Buccaneers continue to win, then I feel like it was going to be a JBL moment where, during the Rumble, JBL's doing commentary much in the same way Pat McAfee's doing. His name's going to get called. He's going to go in the ring and immediately get eliminated. So that I feel like Pat McAfee might be the guy who's going to be an actual surprise entrant, but quick exit.
Yeah. All right. So Big Dave already gave his kind of winner.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I fought over this. I'd like to see AJ win one. His tenure there. But what are they going to do with that? AJ was on 2.0 a couple of weeks ago. Like, come on, man. I mean, I think it's Brock. I don't know how it gets there. Brock likes to go on first. He goes on first, loses to Lashley. Somehow Heyman fucks him over. There could be something there with the Heyman Roman thing. MVP's there and that stupid cane that he always whiffs with. But Brock wins it, man. I don't know how. I don't know how we get from A to Z, but the Z is that Brock wins it.
All right. Andy?
I think you got to go Madcap Moss on this one.
Well, Andy, it was great having you on the show. For your one-time appearance. Dude, if Madcap Moss wins this thing.
This is a strange one because it really is. Big E is favored in Vegas, but I don't feel confident that Big E is the shoe-in choice to win this thing. Usually in years past, you have a couple guys where it's like it's either this guy or this guy, but this one it's a little different. I would love AJ as well. Speaking of AJ, another great Royal Rumble moment, his debut at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I grew up watching AJ on TNA. I remember coming home from elementary school with McDonald's, watching him, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe. I never thought he would be in WWE, so that was an awesome moment to see. But I would like to give him a win. And I don't think there's any other clear favorites to push in front of him. So I think it would be a cool WrestleMania moment to have AJ in the title picture for this. So I'll go AJ. I don't feel strongly about it by any means.
I know. I like that. I like that pick. They haven't utilized him lately, so it'd be nice to have him be the phenomenal one again. Ben, where are you going?
I'm actually terrified to announce this. I feel like everything we've talked about in storylines, it's going to be Big E. I mean, it would make a lot of sense. But the biggest thing I'm fearful of everybody who's been announced so far, the one person who I'm afraid is going to win this is goddamn Austin Theory. Everything that's been going on week after week between him and Vince, and everything Vince is trying to tell him as far as how you take the next step, how you be the star. This last week he beats Finn Balor. And so, if they're trying to establish any kind of legitimacy for this guy, beating Balor is a big step because Balor's done a lot of things and maybe not so much these days. But I just feel like this is going to be a Royal Rumble that's just going to piss a lot of people off. And I feel like the worst case scenario is Austin Theory. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
I'm going to go completely off the wall because it's WWE. Anything could actually happen.
Yeah.
Both Roman Reigns and Rollins are in the Royal Rumble, and their friend Johnny Moxley is in the Rumble as well as a surprise entrant.
What?
The Shield reunites, and then Roman fucks them all over and wins the title and wrestles himself at WrestleMania. I could see the WWE doing something fucking stupid like that.
That's an interesting stretch.
Yeah, it's definitely a stretch. Of all the cross promotional entrants that we could see, I don't think Moxley would be the one. But it would be kind of cool.
I got it. They bring in Jason Momoa as the what they call the new Diesel, as the new Roman.
Yeah.
And he comes in with the old Shield gear. You hear the Echo Bravo, and the lights come on, it's dim, and he's walking down, dun-dun, dun-dun. I mean, he ain't got nothing to do. He got divorced. I mean, there you go.
Oh, that's too bad. I really thought those were going to make it. But like I care. I don't care. I'm interested in this Royal Rumble more so to see how they actually tie up this
God,
Lesnar
Ben, you really fucked me up with that one. I don't want to see Austin Theory taking a selfie in front of the WrestleMania sign.
I know, but it makes sense. It's something realistic that could possibly happen.
Vince could have something to do with it. Vince has been there for something.
God damn it.
I don't know. I am interested to see how Johnny Knoxville is going to perform in this, though. I actually am legitimately interested.
He's throwing Sami out. I'm calling.
He'll get one elimination.
But it's gonna be glorious the way he gets eliminated.
Oh,
though.
Look,
yeah.
If you think that Steve-O and the Jackass guys aren't showing up somehow,
they're
they're promoting a movie. You know what I mean? They might drive a fucking tank down to the ring. I mean, you don't know.
That's a good call though. He is probably going to eliminate Sami. I don't know.
Or Sami.
That fucking that whole shtick right now is just stupid.
You know what? Sami's getting paid, and I'm proud of him for that.
Yeah. He just re-signed, didn't he?
Yeah, and KO.
There you go.
KO. Yep. I mean, KO
gets a win for re-signing an attaboy.
Yep.
I'd be okay with that.
That will be my actual pick is KO.
So if you pull that off, I get like half points for that, for the assist there.
Yeah, I'll give you half points for that one. But all right, well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun. Andy, thank you for joining. We are not going to have a show next week because the Rumble will actually be happening next Saturday night. Actual wrestling. So I will be watching that. So Hopefully,
I like my premium live events on Saturday. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why it took them this long to do that. I hope they do it more. I mean, well, WrestleMania is a 2-day event. It's going to be Saturday.
They need to
Sunday.
stop that. They need to cut Raw. They need to cut Raw down back to 2 hours and make WrestleMania 1 day.
Yep.
Yes,
I agree.
I completely agree. I mean,
this is the America we live in.
Right. Besides a football game, name another 3-hour program on TV. There isn't one.
No, not even soccer stretches that long.
No, that's why I love soccer. 2 hours,
Yeah.
you're in, you're out. Done.
Non-stop. Clock don't stop. I like it.
Nope. Anyway, thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. Big Dave's getting super excited for the Rumble. Flipping his camera all over the place. Thank you, everybody, for joining the comments. Star, again, thank you. Great supporter of the channel. And yeah, we'll bid you all good night. Thanks for sticking with us on a Saturday night main event.